Okay, so today I will be doing the Daily Create, where you go to your bookshelf and pull off a book that's important to you and explain why. So let's head over to the bookshelf. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, so today I am going to be telling you about this nicely bound book here called The War of Lost Opportunities. This is Max Hoffmann. It's a memoir, basically, from the First World War. Hoffmann was the chief of staff for the German Eighth Army, which was tasked with defending East Prussia from a massive Russian invasion. They successfully defeat and destroy the Russian campaign, which is actually the subject of my history dissertation I will be doing this spring. This book is important to me because the Imperial German Army is something I feel personally connected to, because I have, far back in my ancestry, my great-great-great-grandfather, I guess it would be, actually served with the Bavarian Army during the Franco-Prussian War. And I've always found Imperial Germany interesting. I think it was the most civilized country in the world, and it's a shame that they lost the war, or that the war happened in the first place to begin with, anyway. But Hoffmann's memoir is a really good read. He talks a lot about some of the myths surrounding the First World War and gives a very good account of the campaign. And you get to really see his his strategic genius at work, because although obviously it's a memoir, so it's going to be a bit self-serving, he definitely knew what he was doing, and I think in a war that didn't produce very many great captains or men of military genius, I think Hoffmann was somebody who had the military genius. But he fell out of favor with Ludendorff, who was one of the two German generals who was essentially running the country after 1916, and thus ended up on minor posts and the like. This book's also very interesting because at the end he talks about serving as the liaison to the Russian delegation after the two Russian revolutions, when they eventually sue for peace, and which it's very rare to find this in a memoir, especially a German general's memoir. But Hoffmann admits that they made a mistake and they shouldn't have dealt with the Soviets because of the abomination that would dominate Eastern Europe after that. Hoffmann thinks that there was no opposition left. The German army should have just kept attacking and removed the Soviets from power and brought the Tsars back, which would have saved millions and millions of lives in Eastern Europe. And I speculate would have, even had Germany gone on to lose the First World War in the fashion that it did and suffer the unfairly punitive Peace of Versailles, I would speculate that without the menace of the Soviet Union in the East, the Western Allies never would have allowed Hitler to take power and rule as he did, and France and Britain would have taken punitive action much sooner than they ended up doing, and that monster would not have taken power, and the history of Europe would be a lot different. Germany would be in a better place. All right, well, that's it for this one, and I guess I will see you next time.